this one out?
Well, Tyrese's three was the big play in the game. Certainly in the offensive end. I thought there were some other big plays. There was one play where Toppin guarded Ingram and forced him to miss when he was starting to really get on a roll, and that got us in transition. That was a big play. And then, they needed to get aggressive at the end, and Ty and Pascal connected and took advantage of their pressure. So, it's a massively important win. It's this time of year, each game has such great meaning. So really happy for the guys. And now, we're going on a road trip where it's going to be the same thing. Each game is huge.
Have you seen Pascal get more comfortable of late with this team? It seems like he's found some actions that he can get to his spots in more often in the last couple games.
He knows how to play the game. I don't see him any more comfortable now than he was, really. I mean, there's probably a little better synergy between him and the other guys as they've learned the kinds of things that he can do, of which there are many. And so, he's doing what we need him to do. He guarded Zion for a few minutes tonight and did a solid job. He guarded Ingram a few times. He switched out onto McCollum. I mean, guy's a versatile player, and he can score.
You were with Obi Toppin a lot tonight. He had, of course, the highlight dunks, but also guarded Brandon Ingram a ton of this game. What did you think of what he added for you guys tonight and how he kind of changed the game today?
Obi's, he's terrific. He's growing. He's getting better. Defensively, he's made great strides. Offensively, he's just got a natural knack for how we play, which is really important to our flow and chemistry. And so sometimes it's hard to get him off the floor. Sometimes it's just simply fatigue that gets him off the floor.
You mentioned Zion earlier. It seemed like Miles in particular did a really good job of defending him around the rim earlier. What did you like about him on both ends tonight? He was obviously able to rebound well as well, but it seemed like he had a lot of presence around the rim.
Yeah, Miles, it took the challenge. It's a tough challenge. I mean, that is one physical force. I mean, that's like Shaquille O'Neal that is playing point guard and has the quickness and the speed and the rim explosion and the passing and everything. And so he's just a very unique player. I question whether we'll ever see a guy quite like him again. He's just very, very special. And so game planning it's like getting Rosetta Stone for 2 days and learning a new language. You're doing things that your brain is not used to seeing. And to be able to just simply hold your own, you've got to have a lot of guts and a lot of wherewithal, because it's going to be a physical pounding. And Miles did his job tonight.
You mentioned in pregame how important rebounding was going to be. You guys beat him 50-40, doubled him up offensive 14-7. Just how proud were you of just the performance on the glass, basically, and keeping them from getting much as far as second chance was concerned?
Yeah, there were two things that were really important. Their glass, winning the boards was big, and winning the turnover battle was big too. In their recent wins, they're forcing a lot of turnovers. I think 18 was the number, and so they've got guys that disrupt, that are long, athletic, tenacious, you name it, and to keep the number below 10 is a good job.
Obviously, we talk about this stuff with Tyrese all the time, but 13 assists, and it seemed like he could have had more just with the passes. It's the vision he had tonight. I mean, just what stood out to you from start to finish about the way he was able to create?
I thought it was one of Tyrese's most important games. The offense didn't come easy early, but he kept running the team. He kept orchestrating. He kept the ball moving. He played the long game. And knew that at some point during the game things would pop, and they'd be able to hit a couple threes and get to the rim. And that's exactly what happened. And it didn't happen until the fourth quarter. But his patience and discipline was rewarded with us winning a game, and that was huge.
Last one from me, Ben Shepherd. Obviously, you needed him tonight with Aaron and Doug being out, but 11 points, a couple big shots, also the steals on defense. Just how happy with what you continue to get from him on both ends.
Ben Shepherd is a constant. You know what you're going to get. You're going to get high energy, great effort, playing within the system, stepping into open shots, and making unselfish plays. And so, that's why we love him, and that's why his teammates love playing with him.
No, I felt good. Glad we were able to close it out. Obviously, they came within 3. Great shot by Tyrese. And then after that, just him making plays, doing what he does. So just trying to, every time they're trying to double him or things like that, just trying to find the seams. Like, you can get the ball at any time. So you kind of just get ready for that. And yeah, like I was just watching him a little bit, trying to see where I can just be in his vision. And he made some great passes and, just able to finish.
2 productive scoring games in a row for you personally. Are you feeling more comfortable with where your shots are going to come from, how you can get them within this team's offense and structure?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely getting better at it. I think also the team just like kind of like understanding also like some of the things that I do well and we've been working on a lot of things. So yeah, like, I think it's just going to naturally continue to progress and I think just for me like just understanding again just being aggressive and obviously, like, I'm just a natural playmaker, so, like, it's just going to help the offense.
Empty wings and Tyrese's screening for you, like you guys have had more synergy of late, it seems like, as well. I mean, how much has that gone into your growth, and where do you feel like you guys can continue to get better?
No, I think, like, obviously, like, just, again, for him also, like, I know, his thing, like, his job is basically getting everybody shots and making it easy for everyone. So I'm trying also on my part. I think, we can do a better job at that, and I think we continue to grow on that. But just understanding, like, I can create some easy shots for him also. So the 1-4 action, I think, is always going to be great. It's just a situation of, like, just pick your poison kind of thing. So I think we can continue to grow on that, and we will. We talk a lot, and he's definitely like a person that, he listens and he wants to, continue to improve on that. So I think the more reps we have, the better we'll get.
I want to go back to what you said about you think that the team is figuring out more things that you can do. I mean, what do you think they've learned about you? What do you think they realize that you can do that they didn't know or understand before?
Right. I mean, I'm sure they probably watch me, but I just think that, like, it feels like I can always get a great shot like every time down the floor. So I think just like and also just being a playmaker in that situation, and knowing that what I attract also on offense and just I know we play so fast and sometimes like the ball can slow down and I can go out there and make great decisions for us and I just think that like the more we go the more just like my one-on-one ability, like I think the team is getting that more and I think just also for me, just understanding how to move off the ball, like with all the things that we do and the movement and the pace of everything. So yeah, like I think it's just like on seeing that balance and figuring that out.
I want to go back to what you said about those 2 plays after his 3, where you got open. I mean, just I guess sort of take me through each of those in your mind in terms of when you're trying to get in his vision, like what you saw from the defense.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously the doubling, like, again, they're trying to take the ball out of his hands, and, that means that there's open space somewhere. So I just try to find that open space, and, one of them I got a good layup, and then the other one was on the drive, just trying to cut and find myself out there. So yeah.
What was the last other thing I was going to say? Basically, just like the whole idea of just playing random with these guys, and just like how much more of a sense do you have of where to move, when to go, what's there, what are you looking for in terms of figuring that out?
I think like for me, it's like just not being stagnant, like just trying to move, like even if it's just exchanging on the weak side, like just to keep myself just like moving, and not standing. I think that's like I think today I did a better job of just like cuts. I had a couple of like open layups on that. So just like just continuous movement, like and I think that it's not like everyone doesn't do that. So I think that's something that I gotta continue to get better at. But I feel like I move well off the ball also, so it's just naturally into what I do also.
want to ask you about just defensively. You guys obviously had a great first quarter in particular. Seemed to make Zion's life at least as hard as you could. One on the glass, 50-40. It was a big thing that Rick was talking about beforehand. I mean, what did you guys just like, especially, defensively on the glass tonight in terms of just dealing with all the size?
Yeah, no, obviously they have length, and we know how aggressive they are on the glass, and obviously Zion is just he's a force out there. So I thought we did a decent job of just putting bodies on those guys, and I mean everyone did great. Like Miles was guarding Zion, he did a great job on him. Drew did a good job on CJ. I mean, I think Ben, everyone just was pretty solid, and that's what we're gonna need every single night.
Tomorrow is Tyrese's birthday. I'm curious if you in your whole life have met anyone else with a February 29th birthday.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I never heard of that. When I saw that, I was like, it's pretty funny because I never really thought about that, and I just never understood the concept of when is it 28 or 29. It's just and that's pretty awesome, if you ask me. So yeah, I'm sure he's gonna have a lot of fun today, and we're gonna be there for him. So yeah.
Just on a struggle bus right now. Just trying to figure it out. How can I help the team win, and figure out what I can do. So at the end of the games, they trust me with the ball in my hands, and just made some plays to win the game.
Herb Jones has been lauded for his defense all year, and he and someone else was often on you all game. What kind of challenges did he present, and how did you figure out kind of how to use whatever they were doing to your advantage at the end of this game?
Yeah, I mean, he's an elite defender, one of the best defenders in our league. He does that on a constant basis. So, I mean, that's just kind of the matchup. I usually get the best matchup more times than not. So just trying to figure out, maneuver, and find the right way to get us getting in good position. I feel like we did a good job of that in the first half, playing in transition, not allowing them to match up a lot of times, and they went to zone and slowed the game down. So, go back, watch the film, see how we can be better, because I'm sure that a lot of stuff they did that had success tonight, we'll see in a couple days.
You screening more recently, and if so, when did that kind of adjustment come into your offensive game this year?
I would say with getting Pascal and Buddy leaving. Those are, me kind of being the main shooter in our first unit. So trying to figure out how, different ways for me to play off the ball. I think that's what adding Pascal, I'm having to learn that a little bit more on the fly. And it's been fun. It's been interesting. It's different for me. I mean, I played off the ball in SAC, but never really involved in many actions, coming off the shoot and stuff like that. So just trying to figure that out. But ever since we got Pascal, it's just been me trying to figure it out.
You as the screener, clearing out the wing sometimes. How have you felt your connection with him kind of grow and see him become more comfortable, and maybe even the last couple games?
Yeah, just getting our rhythm down, figuring it out how we can be better. I'm not as Buddy was just constantly, ghost screen blurring all the time, and his gravity it just worked all the time. Where with me, it's not. It's a little different. It doesn't work as much as his does. I can mix it in, but I feel more comfortable kind of in flat, actually setting the screen. I feel like I'm a better screen setter than Buddy. I feel like he's a terrible screen setter, but a great ghost screen guy. So trying to use that to my advantage, and just I watched him for so many years. So just trying to take bits and pieces from him because he's really good at it.
Those last 2 minutes when they come back to get it within 3, you have the bucket and then 3 assists in a row to Pascal. I mean, what just those really back-to-back half-court possessions when you find him, just what does those 2 possessions say about just how far you guys have come in terms of him knowing where he wants you to go and you knowing where he's going to go?
Yeah, just trying to figure out the right way offensively to get to what we want. I felt like we did a good job of getting into the right action, slowing down when we need to, and just getting to the right plays and getting stops when we needed to. So, I mean, that's just a part of the evolution of our relationship and our partnership. It just takes a little bit of time to figure it out. I mean, I don't know how many games we've really played together. I don't know. But, yeah, I think I just got off the minutes restriction, after the All-Star break. So trying to figure out in our minutes what are our rotations going to be, how can, how do we know, who's got it going, just figuring all that stuff out. So it takes some time, but just trying to build on it and make a playoff run.
How far has he come, whether it's with you or anybody else on the floor, and just figuring out how to play random with you guys? I mean, again, just he was able to make some off-the-ball moves, some cuts to kind of, beat people at the right time. and obviously make his own plays in isolation. I mean, what do you think Pascal's just come individually and figuring out how, whether you have the ball or Drew or TJ or whoever, how to play random along with you guys?
Yeah, it just takes a little bit of time to figure it out. I feel like he's coming along well. From an outsider's perspective, our offense can look like chaos a lot of the times, which it is. But we're just trying to keep it controlled. Like we just want controlled chaos more times than not. So just figuring out the right times that we want him to set versus slip, and when to roll, when to pop, and set back screens and all that stuff. It just takes a little bit of time. And honestly, practice time is what's needed. So it's been good for us, with the break and stuff to really have real practices together to kind of work on that 5-on-0, and that's really helped us. So I feel like he's coming along really well, and we're just hitting our stride at the right time.
You talked at the beginning about feeling like you hit the struggle bus. I mean, obviously, Monday was tough. I mean, how did you feel like you put that one behind you quickly? Obviously, you were able to get some shots to fall earlier. I mean, 7-15 is not your best shooting night, but all the same, you were able to hit a couple big ones tonight. Just, how do you feel like you just did it, getting your own offense, getting your own shots, and just kind of moving past that one?
Yeah, just trying to figure it out. I got a pedicure yesterday, got a haircut today. Usually when I look good, I feel better. So I think that really helped. But, I mean, listen, this happens through the course of a season. Guys have bad games, and I feel like I've responded when I do have bad games. And at the end of the day, I just want to win. So, if I would have had that performance last game and we won, it wouldn't have been as bad, But I felt like I really was poor, and it was a big reason for our loss. So just trying to figure out how I can help us win. That's what I want to do at the end of the day.
Grow as the season's kind of gone on and step up in these bigger moments?
He's done a really good job, just being like a fly on the wall a lot of times, and really paying attention to what we have going on, and listening to guys. I think that at his position, what he does really well, he can defend multiple positions. He can shoot the ball really well. You can see his confidence growing every night, and that's a big thing for him. He's looking at the rim more, which I'm proud of, because I always used to yell at him. Sometimes he's just running so fast that he forgets to look at the hoop. But he's doing a really good job right now, and it's good to see him kind of hitting his stride right now, and he's becoming a good rotational piece for us. And when we got drafted, I don't think a lot of people really knew about him, but I think he's done a great job of just listening, paying attention, asking a ton of questions, and he's just a good dude. So I think he's a great guy to have around, and I'm glad he's on our team, and just want him to keep learning and getting better.